We were exposed to the world in ways that today's children could hardly imagine. Nicotine in our pockets before we could drive, sugar rationed like gold, bomb craters for playgrounds. The generation born in 1950s. Britain didn't just survive hardship, we were forged by it. While modern society wraps children in layers of safety and supervision, we navigated a country still rebuilding from the Second World War. No central heating, no health and safety regulations, no instant communication, just grit, quiet, endurance, and the understanding that life owed you absolutely nothing. Survival wasn't an optional lesson, it was daily reality. Perhaps we were the hardest generation Britain has ever produced. Victory after the war tasted bitter when your stomach remained empty. Ration books controlled every household, with dictating how much butter, sugar, meat, and sweets each person could have. Mothers performed small miracles, transforming powdered milk, dripping on toast, or stale bread into sustenance for families of 6. Bananas were rare enough to be unrecognizable to some children, while sugar remained rationed until 1953, and meat until 1954. Patience and gratitude weren't taught, they were simply life's rules. Wanting and getting were separate worlds. As soon as school ended, we vanished into the streets until dark. There were no play dates, no supervised activities, just children claiming bomb sites and rubble as our kingdom. Scraped knees, bruised elbows, minor injuries, badges of honor, not reasons to cry. Go-karts from prom wheels hurtled down hills without brakes. Chestnuts soaked in vinegar became weapons. Rivers, canals, and even roads were our playgrounds. Broken bones were set, grazes cleaned, life went on. Consequences were learned, not labeled. British winters were merciless. Central heating existed only in the homes of the wealthy. Most families relied on a single coal fire in the living room. Bedrooms were freezing, ice forming inside windows. Dressing under bed covers became routine. Hot water bottles were precious companions. Fingers and toes developed painful swellings from cold exposure. Classrooms offered no respite. Ancient radiators creaked, but the chill was inescapable. The winter of 1963 buried Britain under months of snow, froze pipes solid, and yet school carried on. Walking through waist-deep drifts wasn't exceptional, it was expected. Authority shaped every part of childhood. The cane hung in headmasters' offices, not as decoration but as a tool of discipline. 6 of the best, wooden rulers, leather straps. Physical punishment was the standard. Respect wasn't earned, it was demanded. Adults, from teachers to bus conductors, commanded obedience, speak back, and consequences were swift. Police officers, shopkeepers, park wardens, all were part of a societal hierarchy we internalized early. Modern perspectives may see this as oppressive, but it created a generation that understood boundaries and accountability instinctively. Was being caned at school a badge of shame or an ordinary lesson in life's harsh rules? Many of us can recall the sting vividly. Childhood ended early for many. Paper rounds began at age 11 or 12, dragging bundles of newspapers through dark mornings before school. Saturdays weren't leisure, they were work days. Boys delivered groceries, worked in butcher shops or with milk rounds. Girls tended younger siblings, helped in corner shops, or cleaned for extra pennies. Exploitation wasn't part of the vocabulary, contribution was simply expected. Leaving school at 15 often meant plunging into adult work. Factories, docks, coal mines, building sites. Safety was minimal. Accidents were common, and workplace injuries permanently shaped many lives. We emerged as adults faster than any generation since. Cigarettes were omnipresent. Parents smoked at the table, teachers in classrooms, doctors during examinations. Television and cinema heroes puffed smoke like sophistication. Vending machines in pubs and corner shops sold cigarettes to children with pocket money. By 14 or 15, many of us smoked regularly, unaware of the long-term consequences. Peer pressure ensured compliance, and rebellion came in the form of inhaling smoke, believing it made us adults. Health warnings were decades away. Addiction took root young, shortening countless lives. Food mirrored ongoing austerity. Meat appeared on tables a few times weekly. Vegetables filled plates otherwise. Potatoes in every form. Cabbage, turnips, Swedes, cheap, filling, monotonous. Treats were rare. Chocolate was rationed. Sherbet, lemons treasured. Oranges and exotic fruit were Christmas luxuries. Mothers spent hours daily producing meals from limited resources. Waste was inconceivable. Stale bread became pudding. Chicken carcasses boiled into soup. Hunger sharpened the mind. Creativity emerged from scarcity. Healthcare existed, but technology lagged. Polio, diphtheria, whooping cough, measles, mumps, diseases we now vaccinate against regularly threatened lives. Hospitals were under-equipped, antibiotics scarce or misused. Dentistry was brutal. Extractions without anesthesia were common. Pain was normalized. Mental health wasn't acknowledged. Trauma and anxiety were weaknesses, endured silently. Resilience was born, but at a cost that rippled across generations. Entertainment required imagination. Television arrived slowly. Early sets were small, black and white, temperamental. Families gathered around BBC broadcasts, Later, ITV sharing communal experiences. Radio programs like The Goon Show sparked creativity. Toys were handmade or simple. Board games, library books, marbles, hopscotch, nothing relied on batteries. Outdoors became the dominant playground. Boredom was absolute but fueled ingenuity.